Hello my fellow Mad Mappers, my name is Mati and today I am doing a tutorial in Incarnate. That is the Pro Early Access version. For those of you who don't have Incarnate or have never tried it, I highly recommend it. Go ahead and punch in this link in your address bar and you will find a free version and a pro version. It's really worth a try. Do the free version first, play around with it a little bit. It's got a quick learning curve. You don't have to be extremely artistic or creative. That is what makes Incarnate so good. Of course, it always helps to be those things. If you already have the free version of Incarnate, you can also get the Pro Early Access version, which has access to a lot more assets. For instance, these cliffs like this and other textures. I highly recommend it. If you really want to take your maps to the next level, get the Pro version. That is, of course, on the incarnate.com website, so check that out. If you would like to make maps for your novel or for games or anything like that, you can get the commercial license and you can go ahead and email the developer. I put the link below. Today's tutorial is concerning rivers, and I've noticed that people have been requesting this, so I'm going to go ahead and give that a shot. When you're doing rivers, I always say do them last on your maps. Create your landscape first. As you can see here, all the topography is there. And then once you've done that, I went ahead and put the bodies of water. Now, any land that holds water and directs it is what's called a watershed. So all of this is a watershed. And you want to be mindful of your topography because that's what's going to help direct your water. Now, rivers have to have something called the headwaters, and that's where the river starts. Now, when you think about the flow of water, not only do you think about topography, but you also think about elevation. Water generally flows south, it flows down. Of course, other things that obstruct that water source also help to do its flow. So in this first square right here, I went ahead and made a river and a mountain, and as you can see, it's farther up, and it's probably going to travel south, and it's going to be obstructed by these clumps of trees. And what makes it stop is that the roots underneath are strong enough together that it stops the water. So I'm going to go ahead and take my sculpt tool, subtract it, and drop it down to 6. Ooh, let's drop it down one more. Take it down to 5, and it's gonna flow like this down the hill. Ooh, maybe it'll curve down the hill, and then it gets to here. And so maybe it splits like that. And it's gonna continue its route south. Oopsie. You guys won't make that mistake. So there is your first river flowing down as such. A lot of headwaters start in the mountains, not just a lake, but also through ice melt. And as you can see, I got a waterfall going into this little lake over here. And since I already saved this as a texture, and you can download this texture as well, it's also the thumbnail, and go ahead and just experiment a little bit yourself. So I'm going to take my water texture. Make sure that you take the softness off when you're doing the water texture. You don't really need it on. And we'll say the water flowing behind here. Let's go over here. Alright, you got some ice melt flowing down into this river, and now we're going to go ahead and make it flow through this valley here. And I've kind of put the grass a little bit greener by the water because it's got, a lot of water around it, so it's a little bit greener. And up here, as you can see, it's a different texture. So we're going to go ahead and take this water, and as you can see, there's no black outline. That's because it's a texture. You can add that in yourself, or if you don't mind not having a black outline. And so you see these cliffs here. This also allows to create for depth. So put cliffs around your rivers once in a while to give it that little depth. Also, as I've mentioned before in almost all my videos, when you do trees cover up the river like that a little bit, it kind of creates that illusion of depth. I'll have one tree just covering it up, at least one. In this watershed, which is 2 panels, I've went ahead and created a marshland, and rivers can also form from marshland. And I've also made it go over to the coastline here, so it's kind of a river delta. And as you can see, I've overlapped here, created little branches. Make sure you drop the size down on those. On that sculpt tool, you see obviously this didn't have enough force to go all the way out to the ocean, and as you can see, this water pushed outward, maybe destroyed this cliff, and it created this mouth here that you see going out into the ocean. So always factor in your terrain. That's why I say make your terrain and your topography first, then your bodies of water. Let those bodies of waters, may they be they a marsh or a lake or a mountain, and have that river coming out from that source, and have it go usually flowing towards the ocean. Most bodies of water, if not all, go towards the ocean. Make sure that you remember that. And so just to give you an idea of how I made this over here, it's going to be a little bit different because it's a texture. Go ahead and take the water here and have it go around here, and I'll place some assets so you guys can see that. Just like in the first panel here. And we're going to go ahead and put some trees, and we're going to do some plant life there. So take your tree swamp, put it there, one there, and then go ahead and take your, scale it down. There we go. Now, when you are placing assets over texture, that's if you have a texture that's water like this, if you're going to go ahead and put an outline around the water, unfortunately you can't do it because the texture won't go onto the actual subtracted water, but on a texture it will show. So you have to be really, really careful. The reason why I'm doing both a textured version and the sculpt tool version is because I want you guys to see what it looks like. I personally like to think far and ahead when I'm doing. Okay, so you've placed the assets here. Continue my thought there, sorry about that. As you can see, that was a texture. But I went ahead and put this lighter swamp color underneath the tree, and it didn't overlap onto the water. You can again add this. Oh yeah, I want to show you guys something real quick. When you are doing water over a saved, see this right here is all texture. If you try to do continue water, it's gonna go ahead and do this weird thing where it does this. That black outline continues to go. So make sure that when you are doing this, you can get rid of it maybe by going all the way up against the outline like that. That's generally an easy way to fix it, though I would recommend that you just think really far in advance when doing this. That way you won't have to do this. There's kind of some issues when switching over to a texture when you're doing the sculpt tool. So really think ahead, and that way you won't screw yourself up. I actually made several mistakes when making this when making this little thing here for my example, and it screwed it up pretty bad, so make sure you're careful. There you go. Just in case you guys want to get rid of that line. Looks funky, but you guys get the general idea. So, yeah. Always remember, all this is a watershed. Think of your water sources. Think of elevation. For the flow, think of obstruction of By topography, always let the topography decide where the river will flow. Just think of it as like you're going on a road trip. The water flows down the hill. It gets obstructed by this roots and it pushes this way. It goes down. If this gets in the way of this, it splits and it's able to meet back up and it goes down. So always think about the journey that you want your river to take and make sure that it's making its way to the ocean. I really hope this was helpful, you guys. Again, you can find this whole texture right here in the description below. Again, go check out Incarnate. I highly recommend it. It's a great program. I hope these tutorials help. Sorry for taking so long to make the next one. The next tutorial will be on the part 3 topography. I know I got some people who've been waiting for that. Please, in the description below, post suggestions that you would like to see for future tutorials. That's really helpful for me. Also, if you really liked my content, if you like this video, please click a like, please subscribe if you like what you see. I'm also on Patreon. I'll put that up. I also have a business website on Facebook. I'll go ahead and click that or put that in the description below as well. Thank you again so much for watching, you guys, and have a great day.